Hello movie lovers, Bob for Bob's Movie Review here, and today I want to review for you a movie I just watched called First Man. Be sure to click subscribe and click on the bell icon to be notified whenever I upload great new content. If you do enjoy the video, be sure to show it some love and give it a like rating. So First Man is this brand new space movie. You know, I kind of wanted to call it a sci-fi, but it's supposedly sci-fact. This one's rated PG-13 and has a 2 hour and 20-minute runtime. It's a biography drama history movie. It's directed by Damien Chazelle. It stars Ryan Gosling, Claire Foy, Pablo Schreiber, Christopher Abbott, Ethan Embry, Jason Clarke, Kyle Chandler, Cory Stoll. So this is the story of Neil Armstrong, which seems so obvious. Why hasn't there been a Neil Armstrong movie made? You know what I mean? It seems like such an obvious thing. They're constantly coming out with movies of people you've never heard of. Everybody has heard of Neil Armstrong. You know, even if you don't know kind of like his whole life story, which I'm sure most people don't, you know who he is. You've heard of him. You know his name. But it seems so obvious. To me, though, when you watch this movie, you're going to make a lot of comparisons to Apollo 13, as they are kind of similar movies. They're movies about similar things, you know, going to the moon in kind of like these new spaceships and such. Although this movie is quite a bit different, I just feel like you're gonna draw a lot of comparisons there. So we start this movie out with Neil Armstrong testing like a jet engine, I think it was, some sort of airplane, and they're kind of like leading into space development and making rockets and figuring out a way to go to the moon. However, this does really seem to focus a lot on his personal life. Obviously, you don't get his childhood or anything. You get him as an adult. And, you know, a lot of these movies, they do have kind of like, they show the space families and such, but this seemed to really focus a lot on it. It seemed like that you spent a lot of time at his house and less really on the training aspect, which I would have expected more of, just to watch him training and preparing and figuring things out. And they do kind of paint this picture of NASA as just really unprepared and that nobody kind of really knows what they're doing. It's all brand new, and I guess, you know, that's true. And we do lead up, and it does include their flight to the moon. The only issue I really have with that is everybody knows the story. It feels like they're trying to build this tension in the movie towards the end, you know, when they're actually flying to the moon. But everybody knows what happened. It's not like, oh my God, is he going to crash? Is he going to die? Like, everybody knows what happened. So there's no real tension there. Now, obviously, there's nothing they can do, but it just feels like they're trying to build the tension, like what will happen, and you know what's going to happen. So I'm not really saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that's the feeling I got. This movie, too, it does seem to have a lot of just like pitch black scenes, which I was confused about. It just seemed like the screen was completely dark a lot. And I understand they're in space and everything, but why are we looking at a plain black screen? And then, like, sometimes too, there was absolutely no sound. Now I know they say, oh, there's no sound in space or whatever, but I don't know. Does that add to the immersion or take away from the immersion? It's like a sensory deprivation or something, you know? This movie is also super long, 2 hours and 20 minutes. I feel like they could have cut a little bit, but I also feel like they could have added more too, you know? So it's kind of a balance there that I don't know that I loved the way they paced the movie and balanced it. In the end, though, guys, I do think this was a great movie. I think Ryan Gosling was great as Neil Armstrong, and Claire Foy was great as his wife, Janet Armstrong. It's a great movie about, you know, amazing feat and, you know, just super brave people who did like amazing things. And I definitely would recommend checking this one out. To me, I wish they had cut down the runtime a little bit, but still a good movie. Definitely worth checking out. So for a score on this one, guys, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. you know, it's a really good movie, emotional, space exploration, all that is really fun to watch. I would say in the end, though, I think Apollo 13 is the better movie. But I want to thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys did enjoy the review. If you did, be sure to leave a like rating. Love to hear your guys' thoughts down in the comment section below. If you haven't already subscribed for more videos, check out the suggested videos. Check out my website, BobsMovieReview.com. And I'll see you guys next time.